Today's horoscope and tarot reading from Astrocademy, Capricorn March 11, 2022. The moon spends the day in your solar 8th house, encouraging some healthy introspection. You find the hidden layers of a situation or a person most intriguing today. You may very well think up creative methods to handle your daily affairs or relationships, and it can be a pleasing break from the traditional. Deeper, hidden subjects and topics come to the surface. Generally, it's a better day to observe and plan than to jump into action. Communications tend not only to be friendly and fair, but they can also be quite helpful. You'll find people more cooperative than usual, or they leave you alone to do what you want to do. Your mind is analytical and investigative. Before the moon concludes its journey through your intimate 8th house of sex, shared resources, and soulmate connections, it will collide with lucky Jupiter, which may, in turn, trigger an expansive breakthrough in this area of your chart. Intimacy requires a certain amount of trust and surrender. Although, when considering the moon's sextile to savvy Mercury via your responsible 6th house of details, you may opt for overthinking things or perhaps taking the initiative to do things differently. You never really know until you try, right? It's all about perspective, so don't be afraid to think outside the box. Hopefully, you are closer to creative resolution than tension today. As Mars continually squares Jupiter, there is an ongoing tug-of-war between your creative sector of self-expression and your hidden sector of investments and shared assets. You may feel particularly stubborn regarding a project or idea, but colleagues may not be readily willing to invest in your proposal. Since the moon is now in Sirius Aquarius, it may be easier to emotionally disconnect from your situation. By doing so, you can clearly navigate negotiations and feedback without feeling emotionally reactive. An alignment between the moon and Jupiter in your financial sector might have been a monthly occurrence for much of the year. Their alignment today is their last here until 2032. As the moon fuels your financial instincts and imagination, this will give you an intuitive read on the planet of luck and expansion's influence, and the impact this will continue to have on the closing weeks of this financial year. Your family doesn't seem to be supporting you as much as usual. Instead, they are critical now and then. Don't go on the offensive, but listen carefully to what they are saying. Who knows, their objections may be justified. It's better to discuss this with friends, as they see matters more objectively. Lots of projects are in the air. The most important one being your blossoming romance with that certain someone. Is it a love yet? Hard to say. That's the angle you're working for now. Being tested, you seek proof as to whether the decisions you made regarding your love life are correct. It's possible others make you aware of having made a mistake. This is a good time to reevaluate your situation. Remain calm, be optimistic about the future and let events unfold. Better times are on the way. Today's pleasant aspect concerns all things romantic. You will be especially able to use your intuitive powers to sense the right time to make your feelings known, and your body in a way that feels pleasing to you and to others. This could be your facial expressions, physical affection, or perhaps giving those who need it their space. To enhance this harmonious aspect, treat yourself to something that relaxes both body and mind, a massage, a sauna, or a walk in the woods. This day generally focuses on your financial situation, but it can also emphasize your career goals. If it's been some time since you've reviewed your objectives in this area, it's a good day to do so. Do you have your goals written down? This can really help to stay on track. Many people do this annually, but in some cases, this can be too long a cycle. Think about the things that matter most, and make sure you're on the right path. The morning can be testy, as impatience can trip you up, but the day advances with smoother energy. The moon heads into your solar 9th house for a couple of days, encouraging you to expand, learn new things, and feed your spirit. Aim to refresh yourself with different activities. Today's transits are strong for more practical endeavors as well. Your judgment is especially sound. You can be motivated to pursue a special goal or to be more productive. Your resourceful nature is in the spotlight and can be put to full use. Your tarot reading for today. Death, the Devil, and the Empress. You need calm and tranquility at the moment. You have been tried by long-lasting problems that never seem to get better. It plays on your morale and your daily life goes by so quickly you never seem to get a grip on it. You must have patience, create a bit of distance from a system that is going too quickly for you, and get some perspective on your situation. The card shows a character whose head is buried in the present, trapped by the rhythm of their life, unable to escape. The cards also show a pensive person, making a review of things. That's you. Take some time for yourself, free up your time to do things that you haven't had time to do for far too long. This time wasted while you are taking stock will finally gain you time, because you'll be able to focus on your true goals in life and stop just carrying on without a really clear vision. Every day you run around and do what's needed urgently. Then the evening comes, you go to bed, and the next day do the same thing again. Are you aware of this vicious cycle? You really must reorganize your time to find time for yourself. This rhythm is obviously not for you. It is too difficult. If you have too many obligations, take a week off to recharge and come back with clearer ideas. It is always useful, and your future success will depend on your ability to have peace of mind. Our eyes in the sky. An especially cosmic day is here, as the stars above us engage in a dazzling heavens dance. Quiet time spent in reflection is highly recommended because the moon opposes Neptune later in the morning, making us all overly emotional wrecks. This also brings even more chances that you'll simply have the wrong idea about everything. Be careful also not to over-idealize anyone. Someone could easily take advantage of you if you put too much trust in them. Later in the evening, the moon trines Pluto, and you may not be able to see how much influence people you admire have over you. Be careful and make sure that they aren't manipulating you. This would be an ideal day to have a psychic reading or therapy session because it could expose secrets from past lives or reveal things from your subconscious. Because this is an inquisitive transit, you might find yourself wanting to discuss psychology as well. Ask questions, but be careful not to seem obsessive about it. You aren't the only one who isn't perceiving everything exactly right. With the moon in critical perfectionist today, you might be harder on yourself and the people around you more than usual. There's nothing wrong with having high expectations, but when you veer into extreme negativity, that's when the problems start. If you're a boss or parent, be very careful what you say to your employees. Your words have a big effect on people today, and you have the ability to crush dreams with your criticism or lift spirits with your encouragement.